Line bike yet?
No, not yet. Only abroad. I used it in Leipzig, I think. Somewhere abroad, yeah.
What are your thoughts on
They're
it?
a bit icky looking, but I think they are safer.
They're also they're very comfortable.
Are they?
I cycled to football yesterday and I was cruising.
I've just absolutely gunned it here, so if I sound out of breath, that's why.
Just the stairs, even though you get a lift.
And I've got a coffee and a Red Bull and a cranberry juice in front of me, so that'll balance it out.
You're going to pass out. Talking of football yesterday, so we normally record on a Monday, so I play football every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I for the first time, like possibly in my 7-a-side life, like I absolutely violated someone yesterday on the wing.
What did you
so
do?
we're 3-1 up. I play right wing. Ball kind of like gets cleared up in the air.
Yeah.
I bring it down. We're looking to kill a bit of time. The fullback like faces me up, and I just pop it through his legs, go around him, and he like properly like hauls me down and like loses his head. And I was like,
oh.
And everyone was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, yes. I'm not even gassed. My heart rate was like fucking.
You were definitely gassed.
I was
doing
gassed.
the Lycée gimmick.
Yeah, the nonchalant.
You're the type of guy that would go onto the 5-a-side pitch and do that before you play.
What?
You'd step on, you'd give it the step back off. Turn up in a double bally. Just this tiny slit through.
How am I that kind of person? That's
Because
just not true.
you're quite literally probably sat in an Elise top. Is that this season's?
Yeah, it's Wharton actually. I actually did wear an Elise top to the pub yesterday to watch the PSG Bayern.
Yeah.
Bit of a disappointing game.
You got robbed of your dream final.
I know.
You boys.
Well, you were very bullish about PSG not wanting PSG to win. You said
I saw your video. You did a fantastic video on PSG.
Thanks, mate.
I really liked it, except what is it? You said something in there that I disagreed with in the intro.
I said, well, one thing a lot of people disagreed. I said it's the most exciting front three of my life.
Yes, you
But
were like, it's one
exciting's
of the
different.
most exciting teams, and I was like, calm down. No, and you also said, didn't you say it's the best team, one of the best teams you've ever seen in your life?
I said they're the coolest team.
I'm sure you used the word best.
No, I used coolest. They're not the best. They're the coolest.
Because I was going to come here and I was going to go in on you for that.
Well, they're obviously not the best. Like
Everyone's on hype
Barca,
train.
Madrid.
Yeah, I don't. Your video perfectly summed up how I feel about PSG as well. Because I'm like, aesthetically, I look at it and I'm like, this is sick. But then if you do like even 2 minutes of research into anything that's about the club, you're like, ugh.
It is. It's so.
Like
it's sports washing.
It's even pre-Saudi. They've been sports washing. Not even sports washing. They've been bailed out by like the French government. They've had all these things. If you go back to like the 80s, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
They're just a bit of an ick.
They are,
Deep
but then they're
down,
just
an ick.
sick.
But then they're so cool, and they got the Jordan thing, and they got Dembele and Doué, and
I love Doué.
Did you see the double? You know the Kimmich and Musiala, I think he beat on the touchline. He also did like a Ronaldo chop past Kimmich before that I missed.
Yeah, he's
like he's like, oh, I've done it once, done it again.
The thing that I find so impressive about him, because he's playing on the right, is like the way he gets a shot off. He gets it. The way he gets the ball, like I feel like most right-footed players don't want to be in like the right half space. They want to like cut him, but he's so good at shooting across the keeper. I just thought like not many other players in the world can like create those angles.
He is really exciting. I've going back to line bike chat because I wasn't finished with that.
Sorry.
The reason I had to line bike here was I was filming something with the Premier League.
Yes.
And they name dropped you, and it was such a specific Ollie Thomas like niche that I had to bring it up first. Thing on the
I'm a
spot.
bit anxious about this.
I was like running over a bit, and their producers were lovely. They were like really, really like, do you have to go? And I was like, it's only Ollie, he'll be fine. They were like, oh, we shot with Ollie a few weeks ago. I bet he always brings his packed lunch to the to the studio for your pod. I was like, yes, he does.
I'm a packed lunch merchant.
Packed lunch merchant.
Well, it's because we shot in like a Greasy Spoon cafe.
Oh, and you wouldn't eat that.
No, I actually would have loved to have eaten. That was actually social pressure that I didn't eat it. It was like a full English breakfast.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I could actually.
Do you know what we did?
Smash
We
that.
did for Fulham. We sat in the Michelin star restaurant above the
No,
stadium.
you didn't.
I'm not kidding. Well, we did loads of bits all around, but our sit down bit was there. It's so contrasted.
Talking of classic Fulham, Joe, who's behind the camera, we had a shoot. We had a Zach shoot on.
2 Fulham fans in the same room.
Day was at Tuesday.
My guy.
Go to Tesco for lunch. Joe, Fulham fan. Guess what he has for his lunch? Now, context, there was like no meal deals left, so it was resourceful.
Some sort of prawns.
He had a packet of Parma ham.
I rate it. Cheese board? Was there no cheese boards?
No, isn't that funny? Parma
It's
packet.
very on brand.
I know. I kind of respected it, but it did make me laugh. That is so funny that you did Michelin star and we were in like this proper old school cafe. One thing I had to do is...
I've seen your video. It looks good.
Oh, have you? Is it good? I've not seen it yet.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Shout out Lizzie. She's the producer.
Lizzie's great.
She's class. I really like her.
She was great.
I had to do like an egg cut in the video.
Did you?
Where it's like, right, we're gonna give you the meal and you're gonna have to cut through the yolk and it needs to be right and you only get like one shot at it. I was like, fucking hell, bro. What pressure? I was there like shaking.
That is tough.
Those
shoots are funny. Like you have to do the same thing over and over again because they want to get like 10 of the same shots. So I was sat there with Henry Hill. And George from Fulhamish, and we had to like deliver a line to each other. But I had to deliver the line like he moves with precision, instinct, pace, power. But Henry's just the camera's behind you, and Henry's just staring at me like. And I had to stop like 3 times. I was like, stop looking at me.
You do have to sometimes go into your acting bag a bit in the content. But I had to do that again on another Zach shoot actually, with like an ad read with me and Ben Bowman. Obviously, we're like mates. It took us so long to do it without to stop laughing because I had to go. That is the worst take I've ever heard in my life, and I had to like say it to him, and he kept just like looking at me and going like like that. And I was like, mate, how am I meant to deliver this line?
When we shot with Zach and Carragher, he had to do the thumbnail faces, didn't he? And
yeah.
He's just like, he's like, they fucking got me doing that for Sky as well. And I had like fucking
his thumbnail
there,
faces
like,
for Sky are jokes.
Yeah, he's jokes.
They really make me laugh. Before we get into the main part of the pod, I've got a bit of a dilemma actually.
Go on.
So
safe space.
I mean, it's only taken me 10 minutes and we're always talking about Palace FA Cup, but obviously...
This isn't in the running order, Jacob.
Obviously, Palace won the Cup last year, and a lot of people got a Palace tattoo, right? And I always said that I'd get a Palace FA Cup tattoo. I've not got one. This isn't a grand reveal, just to be clear.
I'm looking, I'm sure you can't.
There's nothing.
Okay.
But I was always like, you know what? Like, I'm not a big fan of football tattoos. Not to generalise, but like... I'd want something kind of tasteful, a bit subtle. I don't want to get like an eagle or like anything like that. And we were talking about tattoos the other day. And do you think it'd be weird if I got... So when Eze scored, he has a signature celebration, which is that.
For God's sake, Ollie, you're like 27.
Do you think getting like 2 fingers doing that is embarrassing? I'm also not a Christian. Obviously, it's a Christian symbol. It's a crucifix. So I tweeted this and someone actually replied they'd already got the same tattoo.
No, I don't think I think tattoos are so subjective, but if that's is that your first tattoo?
Yeah, I've never got one before.
Where would you get it?
Probably like there.
That's too on show.
Is it?
I think for your first tattoo,
you want to go somewhere
if you want to get
quiet.
that, I've got a sleeve. I think you get it in here.
In there?
It's somewhere in a bicep. Because then if you're sat there now, I can't see it.
Yeah, true.
It's not on show all the time.
Yeah, but what's the point?
Well, it's just, what's the point in getting one at all? You want it because you want to remember the moment.
What was your first tattoo?
I got some Roman numerals down here, which I hate, and then I got quickly after that my ribs. I got some butterflies on my ribs, which I quite like. Painful on the ribs though? Did
you like catch the bug of getting tattoos?
Yeah, I did. I got like a few. I got a few, and then I waited a few years, and then I got the full sleeve done pretty much within a couple months of each other. But it takes so long, like getting everything stenciled on when you get something that's a little bit like fine line. Oh my god, mate, we stood there for probably, I'm not making this up, 4 hours, probably putting the stencils on, and then he'd look at it and he'd go, nah, it doesn't look right because the way you've moved your arm and you turn your arm.
I mean, it's better to be precise, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Tattoos aren't just for Christmas; they're for life.
Yeah,
as the saying goes.
This one, I think he actually did wrong.
Oh.
It's like the Greek symbol for journey. My tattoos are all like stereotypically deep.
Okay.
But weirdly, actually, I hate when people ask me what they mean. Happens all the time. Like if you're on a night out in a pub, I always am a bit like, I don't mind them asking, and I go, oh yeah, that actually just mean quite a lot to me. It's like a sort of journey,
like,
blah, 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 a bit cringe. And then someone will be like, yeah, but what does that one mean? And I'm like, it's quite personal. And they're like, oh, what's that one mean? I'm like, sometimes I just want to drop a bomb. I just want to be like, that's how my dad died.
Yeah.
He walked through a door and there was just nothing there and he fell.
You're just like,
just to see if I can
cool.
Just to see if I can shut people up. But mate, I think if you want to get it, like, I can't really picture 2 fingers. I need to see it. It needs to be quite fine line, I think. It can't be actually 2 fingers.
Well, I think the guy, like, no offense to the guy who sent me his one today, but I don't like that.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, it's not your tattoo.
Yeah,
you can not like a tattoo.
No, I know. One of my mates,
I wouldn't get it on your wrist.
Okay, that's good advice. He got a tattoo, and I was like, oh, what's the meaning of the story behind that? And he was like, one of my mates just said like, bet you don't get a tattoo, so I just got a tattoo. He was like, this means absolutely nothing. I was like, fair enough. That's good reason to get one.
I've had some silly tattoo stories. I was in an Iron Apple when I was like 17, and somebody just got a camel on their toe, like a full camel.
Come on,
it was ridiculous.
Grow up, mate.
Yeah.
That's just...
I think he was joining the Israeli army as well. He was in the room next to us and he was like, do you boys want to just come? And then he started panicking afterwards. He's like, we're not meant to have tattoos or something like that. Wonder what they're doing now. Maybe we should move on from that chat.
You're not still in touch with him, no?
No, funnily enough. No. He was literally just in the room next to us.
How bizarre.
Shout out.
Another little... This kind of connects to the main point of the pod.
Mm-hmm.
I had a video come up of mine today. Someone commented on it. Of me talking in 2024 about Mbappe. So this while he's still at PSG, and it was like all set up for him to go to Real Madrid. And I was like, Mbappe shouldn't go to Real Madrid. I think it's like, I drew a comparison from the NBA. Do you ever watch basketball at all?
Some of the big games, but yeah.
Are you aware of kind of narratives of the NBA?
Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry.
Yes.
Good. They're good at the game.
They are good at the game. Someone else who's good at the game is Kevin Durant.
Yep.
Who's had it thrown at him his entire career. Like, if you join a winning team...
Thrown at him. Good pun.
That's not a really good pun. If you join a good team already, like, what's the point? You know, you're not achieving anything. If you really want to be one of the best, you've got to drag a team
Doesn't
from
that happen
something
quite
to
a
something.
lot in the NBA? Like a little bit more. They don't sort of just Harlem Globetrotters it.
No.
It's quite often they'll go to a smaller franchise and build
it's because it's easier to elevate a bad team in basketball than it is in football. But I said in that video, I was like, I think Mbappe shouldn't go to Real Madrid because like he's not going to prove anything in his career there. Like, what's he going to achieve? I actually said in the video he should go to Arsenal.
Wow.
What do you think? How do you think that's aged?
I don't think he should have gone to Arsenal.
I agree with that, but I do
like what's he on? 500 grand a week?
Yeah, but like, have you not seen that petition? 30 million signatures on a petition for him to leave.
Yeah,
Real
I know,
Madrid.
but like everyone,
30 million.
Yeah,
that's
but
like half of England.
Signed it. Like people are messing around. Do you know what I mean? Like no,
30 million is an insane number of people.
Well, to give some, I only really found out the proper Mbappe backstory yesterday. I was with Joe Tomlinson. He was telling me. So it stemmed from he had a hamstring injury, and then he refused to basically get rehab like a few weeks ago, and he just went to Italy on holiday.
I saw that, yeah.
And then obviously the club are like, what are you doing? Then something happened where it seems like it's very like split dressing room, and Rudiger punched somebody. Carrera, was it? Who's the right back?
Yeah, he did something, didn't he?
He punched him. And then there's a clip online of Rudiger slapping like a 55, 60-year-old coach round the face. It's actually like pretty bad.
He's like you can see the coach is like, it looks playful at first, but you can see the coach is like really uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then Jude Bellingham supposedly he did post a picture with that coach and like a heart on his story.
Yeah.
And then posted pictures without Mbappe, like of the team. Which I might not be, people might be looking into it, but there is definitely something wrong at that club. Like it's rotting.
It's getting worse. It's getting way worse.
Do you think Mbappe's the source of that?
I don't know if he's the source because they've kind of seemingly been heading in this direction for a bit. Like obviously there was the whole Ballon d'Or thing with Vinny. Mm-hmm. Like that was a terrible look at the time. I think that the arrogance they have, which is totally justified in a lot of ways because they're such a massive club, is now just seeping into all of the players as well.
Yeah. Is Jose Mourinho the one to fix it?
They need a disciplinarian. And he is that. Like I honestly think the manager tactically is irrelevant. They just need someone who can it's like having a teacher. They're a bunch of misbehaving private school kids who need a fucking hard ass.
That's a great analogy. But who does Mourinho not fall out with? He always falls out with someone.
There's going to have to be sacrifices in the Madrid squad. There's going to have to be.
Talk to me. You go into Real Madrid tomorrow as Jose Mourinho. Who's leaving? 3 names you would get straight out.
From an attitude perspective, because there are some players I just don't like for no reason, really.
Yeah, no, from an attitude, your assumptions from the outside.
Well, I think one of Mbappe or Vinny's got to go.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just don't think they're just not. I'm not picking up what they're putting down.
Which one?
I'd probably get rid of probably Vinny because Vinny's just not as good as Mbappe.
Yeah.
And they are kind of tied to Mbappe. Who is gonna buy him from Real Madrid?
Yeah, there's no club that can afford him.
But also, who's gonna want to pay that money? I know that he's numbers wise doing incredibly, but why would anyone go and spend 100 mil on him?
If Mbappe kicked up a fuss, would Real Madrid not let him go for?
Yeah, but still, it's
80,
such a
100. I mean, it's mental to think of, but
then
he's worth more than that.
He'll probably demand based on what everyone's saying about him, he'll probably demand like a 40 million sign-on fee and about £1 million a week. Mm-hmm. So I don't really see where he would go. So and also he's still Mbappe. He still was obviously really good.
Right. So you're chucking Mbappe.
Vinny. Sorry, yeah, no, chucking Vinny.
Vinny.
I'll probably get rid. If Rudiger's hitting coaches, get him gone.
Get him gone.
Who else has like an attitude problem there? I think there's a lot of the players who probably will be sold, like Camavinga. I think Camavinga's really good.
I think Camavinga's getting sold just for that red card. You said you were there like a couple of weeks ago and they just booed him. Yeah. I mean, they don't forget that sort of stuff.
Who else have they got who's a bit of a troublemaker? Danny Carvajal. I fucking hate Danny Carvajal.
But he's like Mr. Real Madrid. He's been there for like 10 years.
Don't care.
Think he's a bad egg?
I just hate him. I think he's a little...
Really?
Yeah, I've never liked him. I've always thought he's pretty average. Well, not average, but like... Do you remember when he was in Ballon d'Or conversations? Yeah. I think I've spoken about it to the pod before that. It's like, mate, Danny Carvajal.
I think he plays quite high, didn't he?
Yeah, he came like third or
he's
fourth.
in the top
Danny
5.
Carvajal, like just the most like. I mean, look, fair play. You play for Real Madrid for that long, you got to be decent.
Yeah. But in the grand scheme of Ballon d'Or, average.
It's
Average
like
Ballon d'Or. footballer.
Jorginho just set this awful precedent.
Yeah.
Does my head in.
Yeah, Real Madrid is an interesting one at the moment. Second trophyless season in a row. It's not a good look.
Yeah, they're going to become a Nearlymen team. They genuinely will. You know, it's not a Nearlymen team, PSG.
Yeah. I don't know. It still annoys me, this narrative with them of like their numbers in the league. They bug me. It bugs me.
I know.
They are insane to watch, but I just can't take them seriously as a top European team. Well, even if they win the Champions League, I'm like, it's the same thing. I sort of got cooked for this in my friendship group. I am the biggest Rory McIlroy fan in golf you can find. I love him to bits. But when I found out that he played Augusta 2 weeks every single day, private jetted in before the tournament. Now, any player can do that apparently, but he had the time, the money, the resources to do it. I'm like, well, yeah, obviously you won then. And it's kind of the same thing with PSG. I'm like, you can put Dembele on ice for 3 weeks, cancel your games in the league so everybody's fresh, and then you get a win. It's like, yeah, cool.
Do you think Marquinhos has not completed 90 minutes in the Ligue 1 this season?
It's pathetic.
He's played like 9 games and he's been fit. They've just been resting him.
It's pathetic.
It's mental.
And I know that the league, I don't even think the league's guaranteed for them.
No, it's not.
Who gives a shit? No one cares.
We actually, when a clip from us talking about that last week went out, and
this gets posted?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we'd just beat it up for a Red Bull. But people really misconstrued what we said, because I said about how I don't think you can be viewed as like a Ballon d'Or level player if you're not carrying a team through a league season. But about Kvaratskhelia, and I said that Martinelli probably has more goals and assists than him this season in all comps. And people were like, "Oh, you think?" Someone actually DM'd me yesterday.
Think Martinelli's better?
You really think Martinelli's better than Kvaratskhelia? I was like, "Yeah, come on." Listen.
No, I'm fully
listen to what I'm saying. I mean, I do think that.
I had an hour.
He's fucking useless. Sorry.
Far too smelly.
Far too smelly. Yeah.
Still rent free in my head. I was having an hour-long argument with Joe Tomlinson on Friday night about PSG, because he was saying PSG would win the Premier League. They storm the Premier League, and I just couldn't disagree more.
I don't think they would.
I'm like, look. I said this is what he was struggling to understand. What I was saying, I was like, they could win the Premier League. They are definitely talented enough, but to sit there and say PSG would walk the Premier League. Utter nonsense.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that team play in the demands of the Premier League. We haven't seen them play week in, week out. Like you said, Martinelli has to play every single league game, and whether you think he's good or not, he's still doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't seen Dembele or Kvaratskhelia play 38 games in the Prem and then go to Europe and then play in the FA Cup where you've got tough draws. You're playing Chelsea in the FA Cup. Like, it is just different. And because we haven't had that, I would comfortably sit here and say, I don't think PSG win the Premier League.
The thing is, like, even last season,
not a chance.
Last season, obviously, PSG got over the line in Europe and they beat Arsenal in the semi-final. And we should talk about what we think that game would be like in the final. Huge. But that was an Arsenal team which were pretty undercooked last year. They weren't very good in the Prem. They were way off for Liverpool. They had loads of injuries, and Arsenal were unlucky. PSG did not batter them in that semi-final at all. Without Donnarumma, I think Arsenal. I mean, it probably goes to extra time and pens.
Yeah,
but possibly not even that. And that was PSG at their best, and Arsenal absolutely not at their best, and it was that close.
I'm so far. I'll go on record and say this. I'm so convinced Arsenal beat PSG in that Champions League final.
I don't know about so convinced.
I am I think it's 80% Arsenal for me.
Well, it's been a big week. It's been a massive week for them.
I think now that if Arsenal can get past West Ham, that 80% will go to 90 for me.
Yeah, because Burnley and Palace are not going to put up a fight.
If they can get 3 points against West Ham with City dropping points, you said this for ages and it's stuck in my head, it's either both or none.
Yeah.
And I think if they win that Premier League, get that monkey off their back, they go into that Champions League game and everyone's just like, they're amazing PSG. They're fun to watch, but go and play a proper defence.
Yeah.
Because there isn't a chance that PSG score 5 goals past Arsenal. Even 3. There's not a chance. Arsenal, because I've seen Rory talk about it. Arsenal scored conceded 1 goal in the Champions League in open play in 2 years.
No, Gabriel and Saliba have.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's
crazy stat, that, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
Was it they haven't conceded an open play goal since April?
It was Kimmich header 2024.
The last time Gabriel and Saliba conceded a Champions League goal from open play.
There you go.
That is an insane. And PSG, I forgot that PSG played Arsenal last year and they had Kiwior at centre back.
Yeah. I think PSG are a really good side.
Oh, they're quality.
I don't think they're a good enough side, in my opinion, to retain the Champions League. Now, they've already proved that wrong to me by getting to the final. They are better than I thought. I just think Arsenal, I think it's a comfortable 1-0.
I think they
really shut them out.
People really underestimate how rare it is to retain the Champions League. I know we're so Real Madrid really normalised it in the 2010s. They did it like, I mean, God knows how many times they'd retained it in consecutive years, but it's not a normal thing to do. And I think people are underplaying how difficult that is. Same with like Dembele Ballon d'Or. We were talking about yesterday at the pub, and they were like, "Oh, surely Dembele's a favourite." I'm like, just from a narrative perspective, even if PSG win the Champions League and France win the World Cup, I still don't think Dembele will win the Ballon d'Or, because I just don't think they're going to want to give it to him 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's a weird one, the Ballon d'Or. I'd love to. I agree with you on that. I'd love to see. I don't know, like...
I mean, who's going to win it now, though?
It was Elise. I mean, this is the thing. At this stage of the season, it changes every single game.
Yeah, it's like Elise and Kane, in my head, have no chance of winning it now.
No, like Elise's completely... I think Kane still does, but for me, Elise's completely out of it, even if France win the World Cup, just based off that performance, probably. Like, it was a poor game for his standards.
Yeah.
It didn't affect the game at all. At least Kane's come away with, like, one moment of magic. And unfortunately, I think... It's a weird competition, the Ballon d'Or. It's not the best footballer. It's kind of who has the best...
story.
Narrative,
like
you've said,
and the World Cup will dominate that 100%.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, right now I think Arsenal for me are massive favourites in that.
Massive.
I do, man. I do think so.
I think they deserve a lot of credit for the Fulham game, which obviously we knew would be a tough game.
I know. Yeah, I missed that. Didn't know it was even on.
Yeah,
brutal. I'm joking. The thing with that is we're missing Iwobi and Sessegnon, who've been probably our best two players of the season, I'd say.
Yeah.
Definitely our most consistent two this year. And then we had a virus through the camp, and we're playing Arsenal. Like, they're quite good, and we've never beat them. We've never beat them in 140 years away.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, Fulham could do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, so we're missing our best two players. We've got a virus in the camp, and we've never won.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shock horror they didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I think the way Arsenal played in that game,
they were good.
It wasn't typical Arsenal in a title run and of like just looking terrified.
Yeah, no, they really...
And even against Atletico, I know that it was only 1-0 and it was a bit nervy at points, but like Atletico didn't really do anything.
Shout out Gyökeres.
Oh, mate, he was quality.
Oh, he was brilliant.
He was so good.
He was so good. That's what Arsenal needed. This time last year, that's what they didn't have.
Yeah.
You know, and he gives that different... We're both big fans of Havertz, and I think... We probably think most of the time he probably should play.
Yeah.
But those sort of games, that's exactly what you need. You need to go, okay, so I let go of these like nasty, aggressive, well, here's one from us, you know?
You could tell who did and didn't watch the game based on how they speak about Gyökeres in that semi-final, because on like ratings apps, he got like a 5.7.
Because he missed one chance.
Yeah, because he missed it. He had one chance and he missed it. But like the pressure relieving he did. And I said in a video that I think if you support a worse team, you can appreciate that performance way better, because you know that like sometimes a striker's job is just to like hold the ball up, work a defence, and not necessarily create loads or score goals. But like without Gyökeres, I don't think that Arsenal win that game.
That's a great way of looking at it. If you're more of a fan of a big team where you've got like Haaland up front or Mbappe or Kane or whatever, you go like striker, goals, like Messi. You've been spoiled by Barcelona, but actually it's like there's only like 4 players probably. Like at the time of each generation that you go, well, they score a goal every game. Every other game. Most others don't, and it doesn't mean they're bad players. It doesn't mean they're bad strikers. And Gyökeres was fantastic, mate. I mean, good.
I think he's on 20 goal contributions in all comps now. If Arsenal win the Prem and the Champions League, and he gets to, let's say he gets to 20 goals in all competitions, I don't know what he's on now, but he definitely isn't far from that. How does he go down as a signing?
Brilliant, I think.
I find like it
changes so quick.
It does change rapidly,
mate, and especially with these big games coming up, like Gyökeres could score the winner in the Champions League. They could win 1-0. You could be a Gyökeres penalty, and it's like, okay, well that's worth it alone. Let alone the other 20 goal contributions. Yeah,
scored in the semi-final as well.
Like, did he score the first goal against Fulham? I was actually watching it at a pub quite far. I think he scored the first goal, and like that.
Scored the first goal, set up the second goal, scored the third goal.
And it was early, and that takes the pressure off. Sometimes goals they hold more value based on like that. If that was like 60 minutes 0-0, that game's completely different for Arsenal. Feels nervy. Just take the pressure off instantly. Yeah. Well, I think he's been good, mate. He's been, at the moment, Gyökeres is comfortably a 7 out of 10 signing, right? Comfortably.
He's definitely getting better. I don't know.
Which changes because I'm pretty sure
so hard.
We've done one of our shorts recently, and I'm sure I had him like 5 out of 10, maybe 6. And it can change in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and he has improved. His all-round play has definitely improved.
Yeah.
He could drag Arsenal over the line.
Do you know who else has improved? Teams that never win trophies but then go on to win trophies.
Transition,
ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be talking about... Well, I think we're going to do a top 5 Nearlymen teams in the spirit of Arsenal's potential double success. imminent Premier League title looks likely for them, and they are perennial nearly men for the last 5 years. So we're going to probably work together.
Yeah, I think we should work together.
I think it's better to work together on this. Create our 5. I mean, how would we package this? Biggest nearly man teams that now aren't, or took the tag off.
Nearly men graduates.
Nearly men graduates. I like that.
So, should we just take turns? I've got.
You hit me with your first sort of thought process on this.
Well, can you just take a wild guess of one of the teams I'm going to propose?
Is it Crystal Palace?
Yes, it is.
This is in. Like, I was thinking about this on the way here when I was motoring my line bike. I was like, I don't want to go down the route of like Borussia Mönchengladbach in the 70s, or like, you know what I mean, or teams like that, like Leeds in the 70s. Like there are definitely teams that have like done nothing respectfully and then gone on to do more.
Yeah,
we are going to be focusing on modern teams. I did think about Crystal Palace. I knew you'd bring it up.
Yeah,
but realistically, they deserve to be in this conversation when we've kicked off talking about Arsenal, and we'll probably, Arsenal have gone from
I know
winning nothing to like potentially winning the double, and pushing City off. Like,
also, I think there's got to be a real struggle, and Palace were not. We weren't nearly enough. Do you know what I mean?
You weren't close to something.
We weren't pushing them, knocking.
And respectfully, it's like Fulham. You're basically nowhere near it for 100 years.
Yeah,
and then
we got to like 2
you come out of nowhere and you're like, boom.
Yeah. Okay, that's a respectable.
But you can give me.
Can we just give it number 5? We just put it in number 5.
We'll give Palace our number 5.
One.
I would probably be arguing the same thing if Fulham had won the FA Cup.
Who are you proposing?
I got a few teams listed down. Is it fair to go international for number 4?
Definitely.
Argentina. I think it's the obvious one for me. Lionel Messi.
Messi era Argentina.
Messi's Argentina, losing World Cup finals, retiring from international football, coming back out of retirement, being in Diego Maradona's shadow.
Yeah.
Getting so close.
Copa America failures as well.
America failures to then obviously winning the World Cup in Qatar. I mean, it had to be in my top 5.
It was a great storyline.
It was a great story. It was a narrative that won him the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Shock. When he probably wasn't the best player in the world.
Also, the way they did it was very like nearly man. They won 2 penalty shootouts. They were like it was just like Messi. I always say this, it was Messi and 10 players who would have died for Messi.
Even being like 2-0 up and then Mbappe just turning it on, scoring 2 goals. And then that narrative instantly, you just felt, okay, this is it. This is over now. Yeah. They're going to go win it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's definitely in the top 5.
It has to be.
Let's nail that in for a top 5 spot. The thing I struggled a bit with this is the 2 that really sprung to mind for me.
Don't say PSG.
Were PSG in the Champions League and Man City in the Champions League, but they're both in exactly the same boat of like, you know what, they toiled for years and it was really nice to see them finally do it. But I mean, they are state-owned clubs who have like unlimited money and resource.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Funnily enough, I probably should put City under the same bracket. City are going to come out. I did think City in the league, but we'll get onto that later. But PSG, like I said earlier in the pod, mate, like there's been historical situations where PSG have been like bankrupt and they've just been bought out by the French government, the debt. Like they've been saved because they want Paris to have a big football club, and there's a lot of rivalry between Paris FC and that. Like they're just,
you've got a real PSG agenda, haven't you?
The more I research PSG, I'm just like, they just are not the good guys. These are not the good guys.
No, they're not.
They're and you, like, I don't know, man. And again, yes, amazing to win the Champions League, but when you just cancel all your league fixtures and focus on one competition, it does take a little bit of the shine off. Like
it does.
You won the treble, but who cares? It's not really a treble.
Okay, so we're not including PSG.
We can. Look, I am being a bit.
But I don't.
Brash.
Look,
they have done something incredible. They have.
It's not as romantic. It's nowhere near as romantic. And the nearly team, there has to be a level of romance.
Funny enough, I didn't have City's European.
People forget how much they failed in Europe. Like 17-18 Liverpool like when you think about the Pep era, obviously before that, Mancini, Pellegrini, fair enough, they're not like elite European managers. But like 17-18 battered by Liverpool, like embarrassed actually by Liverpool, who were their domestic peers, and they finished way above them. Then 18-19 there was the Spurs VAR drama again. Like shout out Spurs, but Jesus, like you can't be losing to Spurs.
Sterling's late winner that got chalked off, yeah.
That was the first time. I remember that was like the first real VAR drama that I ever saw, and I was like, oh my God. 1920 was when they lost to Lyon in COVID. Do you remember that? Sterling missed like 1 yard out, put it over the bar. Champions League final against Chelsea where they didn't play Rodri, bottled it. 21-22 I think was when they were at the Bernabeu. Rodrigo scored those 2 late headers, and it was like they've somehow thrown this away in the semi-final. They had it must have been pain.
Yeah.
That is a brutal run of European games.
Yeah. But funny enough, I had City for the Aguero moment. Like that was that's when I don't think City everything you're saying is true, but I don't think they went from like Nearlymen by winning the Champions League. It was that Aguero moment that changed Man City for me. Like that's when the power shifted in Manchester. I mean, it coincided obviously a year later, Ferguson leaving, but that's the real time where I think Manchester City got taken seriously. Whereas I don't think the Champions League win was. Like, I think everyone kind of was City have finally won a Champions League, but like this is treble winning Man City with Haaland, and like they're unbelievable.
The thing is, like 11-12 City was sick. That was the most insane thing I've ever watched, the Aguero goal. And I really wanted City to win the league. I used to hate Man United when I was younger. But it's when you look back on it, it's like, well, like this was kind of pre-FFP. Like they did.
Yeah.
It was like Chelsea-esque in terms of buying the league.
But it was bigger, I think, for them than winning the Champions League.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So that's where I'd have it. But I think we agree City probably have to go in this. Yeah. Maybe we'll take off our finance hats on it.
Yeah, because ultimately...
Because we probably have a place for PSG and
modern football sucks, guys. It sucks.
Yeah, get over it.
That's why international is a good way to do it, because there's no like transfers.
Yeah, this is true.
I propose... the thing is, I really like this team, the narrative, but the way they did it was kind of anticlimactic. Liverpool 1920 winning the league.
Yeah, because of COVID.
First ever Prem season. They obviously were so unlucky under Klopp the previous year. They also played such brilliant football and did it in a really organic way, I think. Like they bought low, sold high, built this amazing team, and they were absolutely unplayable at the start of 1920. Like that's the best they were on like... How many points were they after 28 games?
Yeah,
they basically won every game apart from 2, I think. Mm-hmm. Maybe even less than that. But COVID did just kill the vibe.
Yeah, but I completely agree with you.
And the lack of competition didn't help either.
Yeah, true. But
City fell off a bit.
They were just fantastic. And like you said, like Liverpool, what I like about this angle is like Liverpool are one of, if not the biggest football clubs in the country. They were obviously struggling for how long was it? 30 years without a league title?
Yeah.
Something like that. For that to be the moment, Istanbul obviously before it, like they got so close. That is just arguably top for me.
Yeah,
arguably top. It's
and
definitely
Klopp was such a good figurehead.
And Klopp was like, it was the perfect marriage for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. He got the City, they got him.
Yeah,
the whole thing just made me, probably as a football fan, like jealous. You know, when you're looking at it and you're like, like if Fulham had a manager that just represented everything about the area, like it's just like that's what you want.
Yeah. I'm glad you buy into that one.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's on my list. Has to be, but I think it's high. I struggle to think of too many above that. Too many football teams that have gone from. I mean, honestly, Arsenal could be. We could be going early with
Arsenal.
Arsenal could be up there just because
people
of
won't
how
like
much
that,
they're mocked. Like Liverpool were mocked, but Arsenal have been mocked for like a new level, like a new level.
It always makes me laugh, like when people go like, "Oh my God, if Arsenal win the league or the Champions League, like it's going to be unbearable." I'm like, first of all, it's not going to be as bad as you think it is.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And also, this world has been created by the haters. Like you cannot be like, mate, their fans are just unbearable when you have fucking rinsed them for years and years and years. Like, of course they're going to give it back.
I also feel like it's such an online thing. I've got all the mates group chats, football group chats. People just talk such rubbish there. Someone like one of my mates sent in like a TalkSport thing, like, God, this is why I hate Arsenal. And it was an Arsenal fan phoning up Cundy and O'Hara and saying, if we win the league, we'll be the best to ever do it because we've gone unbeaten. Sorry, the Champions League, we've gone unbeaten, so we should get a gold trophy.
Yeah.
And he's sending it in like, how can you want this? And I'm like, I mean, that doesn't represent Arsenal fans. I know. It's a troll call on. I mean, it's probably not even an Arsenal fan. Like, have you seen the concept of their show? Like, it's rage bait, and they've got engagement out of you. Like, wake up.
It's so stupid.
That doesn't represent Arsenal fans. I was at the Emirates filming on the weekend. I probably spoke to 30, 40 Arsenal fans, and like none of them are like None of them are like that.
They're all shitting themselves.
Yeah, they're all just like, spoke to lead judges. Even he was
Really?
he was so nervous. But like, yeah, you see like AFTV, you see memes, you see clips, and Arsenal do represent that. But yeah, the real Arsenal fans you meet aren't going around being like, we should get a gold trophy. We'd be the best ever team to win the Champions League. It's like, that's just.
But you could tell when people just get their narratives from
Twitter.
From online. It's like
Agreed.
we had this shoot on Tuesday and someone brought up like Rice being performative.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what? The performative scanning thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That is the most like chronically online thing. He's a central midfielder playing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you think he is only scanning during a match so he can get clipped up on Twitter. Like, if you actually think that, you are so stupid. I can't even comprehend how stupid
Like,
you
he's
are.
in the middle of a title run-in and he's thinking about Twitter, not thinking about Rodri that he's up against.
I know.
It's like...
Even like the whole "it's not over" thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That actually that could go down as a seriously cold clip if Arsenal win the league.
Yeah, I do like Declan Rice. I mean, I'm glad that he's been played a little bit deeper recently as well. I think
it's working well.
Looks better there.
It's working well.
I like him in that position. It's given Zubamendi obviously a break as well for them.
Shout out Lewis Skelly.
Shout out Lewis Skelly. You've got to be on the plane, innit?
Yeah, I actually did a video for 442 the other day. It was like three players who were making a late charge.
Yeah, I think
Gibbs White, one of them. I think Lewis Skelly will go.
Well, also because he's versatile. Like, he's proved he can play in the middle
before,
and he can play left back. And I think he has to go.
He's nice.
Can I bring up... we'll find a place for Arsenal, potentially. Do you think Tottenham are hard done by here?
I was just thinking about
to be in the conversation. Maybe top five's a little heavy. But like, they won the Europa League. But they hadn't won anything for like 20 years.
I know.
15, 20 years.
I mean, where does the Europa League rank in terms of trophies? Realistically, it goes to what? Prem/Champions League, whatever, preference, top two.
Is the Europa League bigger than the FA Cup?
Is it bigger than the FA Cup? I don't think it is, but I
have
would
a bit of a gripe with the Europa League that I want to run past you as well. Like, I, as a Fulham fan, much prefer the Champions League teams not dropping in.
I totally agree.
I think it makes the tournament so much better.
Yeah.
But then when you look at it now, and you look at the brackets from quarterfinals on, I'm like, shite. Aston Villa.
But it's so stupid that teams get dropped out.
No, I agree. But you did have like Atletico Madrid would be playing Villa now, and you'd have like Seville versus Juventus on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's interesting long term. What do you think it's going to do to the Europa League? Because my thought process is like, I was probably someone going back 5 years ago that would watch both legs of a Europa League semi-final, and now I wouldn't. Like, I might watch Villa Forest because they're English teams and it's interesting. I'm not going to watch Freiburg. Remind me who they're playing.
Braga.
You going to watch that?
I'm at Palace tonight.
No.
Otherwise, I'd have been fucking.
I haven't spoken about that. But
I'd have been locked into Freiburg, Braga.
Do you know what I mean, though? That used to be. I feel like that used to be like a much bigger game.
I know what you mean, but equally, it's just I actually did a video earlier, which I've just realised I forgot to edit, so I'm not even going to post it, about the Conference League, and I said about how this season the Conference League semi-finalists are obviously Palace, Shakhtar Donetsk, Strasbourg and Vallecano, and I'm like, that is what the Conference League should be about. Like Chelsea last year, obviously fair play, they won a trophy, but like they shouldn't that is not what it's about. It's about giving teams who wouldn't have the opportunity to be in Europe to go. And so I totally get why, as a neutral, you wouldn't want to watch one of the semi-finals because objectively the teams aren't as good.
No,
but,
and I'm fully with you on that.
Yeah.
And I'm not there to. I would, as a Fulham fan, that's like my ideal realistic trophy, the Conference League.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at that as our saviour this season if we can sneak into 7th and qualify. But my point is, like, long term for the good of the Europa League as a competition, we're in an era where money talks, and if you just have like Freiburg versus Braga in semi-finals, like that is going to decline.
Yeah,
and that might hurt the competition.
How much of a difference it makes actually.
Anyway,
but yeah, I think
Tottenham though.
I think they deserve. They did it in quite a funny way as well.
Funny,
very like Spurs way.
Beating United was good, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I think.
And also like Ange, I really liked the whole.
Do you know what it is?
Second season, mate.
Do you know what it is?
I can't remember what the quote was now, but
if Spurs were like 4th now in the league, and maybe they got to like the FA Cup semi-final, but I think we could probably have a serious conversation. Be like, look, they've built on that. They're building something here.
They have not kicked on at all
because they've just gone backwards. It's like it's almost forgotten that they won that. No one talks about them winning the Europa League except Spurs fans, really.
True, yeah. Narrative-wise, I don't think it holds up.
So they probably have to be left out of this one.
Think of like football storylines that were great. It's like Leicester, but Leicester weren't they're not
never near anything.
Team.
They weren't near anything, were they?
Unfortunately, a lot of football is just it's financial, mate.
Yeah.
When you look into the stories,
it does feel like, I mean, Liverpool may be slightly different, although they could spend
Liverpool
money.
and like Arsenal would be a bit different as well. Obviously, they spend money, of course they do, but it's not it's not like the same level. I don't know how to. It's different.
Yeah.
I think you either get that. A lot of people will be like, it's not different. Money's money, but like it is a bit different.
Yeah.
So what we've got so far? We've got PSG / Man City and Man City.
I've wrote some of them down. Yeah, PSG. Well, we've got. Again, like we haven't spoke about, and I don't want to be the one to bring this up. We haven't spoken about Chelsea. Like they were.
What about Chelsea?
Well, Mourinho, like he obviously, like they did sort of turn into a serious team, but again, it's all Abramovich.
Yeah,
and
that
Chelsea,
happened way too quickly. I think
I've sat here with Rory Jennings on this pod and spoke about it. Like Chelsea have won things over their history. It's not like they never won anything, but they went a very long time without winning a serious trophy. Like they didn't win the Premier League. Obviously, they didn't win the league for a very long time. So I did have Mourinho's Chelsea down, but I didn't. It's nowhere near it for me. Just because again, it's almost the like final boss of sports washing buyout.
Yeah.
Crap, state owned.
It is. Yeah. I'd be inclined. I'd consider their Champions League run 2012.
Okay.
Because that was like a crazy run to the final.
But the issue is like 2012. When did they win the league before that? 2 years before, maybe. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Yeah, they won it in 2010. I think
you can't win the Prem and then not win anything. Then the next year win a Champions League and be a Nearlymen team. You know.
That is true.
So we've got who did we have in fifth?
Palace.
Mental. Then we had Argentina and Messi.
Yeah, similar levels really.
PSG, I'll concede on that. They did what they were a Nearlymen team.
They won,
regardless of how they did it. Man City, we've discussed.
Yeah.
Have we settled on the Aguero moment, or are you going to stick with the Champions League? I just think the Aguero moment was so much bigger for them than the Champions League. I think if City hadn't won the Champions League now, people would still talk about it and be like, oh, they haven't won it. But like, they win so many Prems.
Yeah.
People would be like, they're still winning big trophies. And then we've obviously spoke about Liverpool Klopp, which I think we might probably put at the top, knowing us.
Yeah.
It does feel very...
It is very nearly manny.
Because they're also like slightly still in the Nearlymen bracket. And we spoke about this before. Like they're the type of team that they were good enough that they should have won 4 Prems, 2 Champions Leagues, 4
There's
FA
a level
Cups.
there of
they
like
still didn't win enough.
Didn't quite. I'm trying to think if there's any we're missing. I think of like Spanish and Italian teams, but Italy. I mean, Napoli winning the league for the first time in God knows how long with Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen. But like, I don't know enough about that.
How much I love Italy, man. But that league is so washed. Like it's washed, isn't it? Like the players in that league nowadays, it's struggling.
Yeah, it is. But like when Napoli won it, that was pretty cool.
It was cool.
But it's not. I didn't.
Outside
I would be
of
lying
Naples,
if I said I cared.
Exactly. Outside of Naples, you weren't bothered.
Yeah.
Like you might have like Bayer Leverkusen, obviously. Like, but again.
But they kind of just seem to like come from nowhere a bit.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's not fair.
Didn't they lose the Champions League final in 2002, bro? Is that true?
2000. Yeah, they did. Ball knowledge, bro. What about Dortmund winning the league under Klopp?
Dortmund would have been absolutely... I just don't care. They would have been perfect if they beat Bayern
in the Champions League final,
the Wembley Robin going around. If they'd won that, they'd be like number 2. Well, Jurgen Klopp would dominate our list. It'd be 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well, he's just the ultimate underdog.
What if he goes to Real Madrid?
He won't.
He would sort them out.
He would be a great...
He would sort them out.
Yeah, but
tell you what.
That would just... I don't know. I just can't see it happening. I'm pretty happy with that 5. So I think Palace definitely in 5th.
Argentina? Or maybe we'll
I think I'd move
up.
Argentina up. I'd go actually Man City 4th.
Man City, Aguero 4th.
Yeah. I'd go PSG, Champions League 3rd. Messi, Argentina. Oh, but is that number 1 really?
Yeah.
It was...
On this list.
It was.
It's either Klopp or... Yeah, we'll go Klopp.
Yeah.
Number 2 because...
If it wasn't for COVID, Klopp could be number 1. And if Man City weren't a pile of poo that year.
Yeah, and then we'll stick Lionel Messi at the top.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was great narrative. The Messi Argentina thing, like even as someone who was English and has no vested interest in Argentina, I was like, I was locked into that final as an Argentina fan just for Messi.
I don't know how it took us so long to come to that conclusion when you deep the fact they lost the World Cup final and it's Messi.
Yeah, and that was like the one thing.
Of football.
It's the one thing that could be thrown at him. Like he's never won the World Cup, and he did it, and he was. Did he win the Golden Boot that tournament? I think Mbappe did, didn't he? But like, wins the Ballon d'Or, wins the World Cup, done. Yeah, because his career's done.
Picture of Mbappe with the Golden Boot, like.
Yeah, mate, that's actually peak for him. I'm telling you, Mbappe's a Nearlymen. Mbappe is a Nearlymen.
Yeah, you are onto something. He has won the World Cup at 18.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Wouldn't mind.
No, like, sure, that's great. But, like, if his career ended tomorrow,
He's a nearly man in the concept of like he could have had 2 World Cups by 22, 23. He could have had a Champions League with PSG. He could have had a Champions League this year with Real Madrid. Like he could be sitting on 3 European Cups, 2 World Cups, and he'd be like undoubtedly the best player of our generation or this generation.
If Mbappe right now, do you think Mbappe is a top 10 player of all time?
No, not right now. No.
Who is?
I've got to do my top 10 right on the spot.
Just you have to do it in order, but like, who do you think is definitely above him all
this
time?
This guy, man. Messi, Ronaldo. I will go Maradona.
Gotta be, surely you got to go Pele. I know that he's like...
Pele, I'd go Cruyff for influence on football. Harry Wilson, I'd go...
remove Harry Wilson now.
Harry Wilson will remove. I think you probably... I think you probably put Iniesta above him, someone like that. Don't you? Right now,
Iniesta definitely.
Like
Neymar,
my guy. Neymar. How did I forget?
Zidane.
Yeah, Zidane right now.
It's close though. It's closer than you think it is. I think if Mbappe had won that 2022 World Cup, he's undoubtedly a top 10 player ever.
I think he retires a top 10. For sure. I think he's got to do a couple more years, win a Champions League, keep scoring the goals he is. I mean, like the performance in that Champions League final alone is probably the best. Yeah, the World Cup final is probably the best thing I've ever seen.
I agree.
It was. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was insane.
That second goal. If you ever get any time, like 2 minutes of your life, go watch when he scores his pen, and you can watch someone's filmed from like from the seats in the stadium, and for some reason it's just so cool. And it's like they kick off, obviously, and then you see like Mbappe's volley a minute later, and it's just like
such a good finish,
chaos.
Carnage, best game of all time. That
is Mbappe a top 10 player of all time? No, I still think no. I think we were missing players, but yeah.
I just thought I'd float that. That wasn't the question of the week. That was my question of the week.
What a transition, guys! Is anyone else just like seamlessly flying through this pod?
Yeah, it's what we do. We're just smooth. We are going to take a break though, which is not very seamless. And then we will do question of the week once we're back.
Cut, Jacob, cut. This episode is sponsored by Hill Coaching Company.
Feeling stuck, bored, or quietly running on empty? Oliver Hill is a UK-based business coach guiding leaders, founders, and entrepreneurs to intentional happiness, wealth, and legacy.
The work is direct and challenging. Honest conversations exposing the self-sabotage and breaking down the comfort zones that no longer serve you.
The result? Clearer decisions, stronger relationships, genuine happiness, and success that feels enjoyable.
Find out more at hillcoachingcompany.co.uk.
Breaking news from Madrid Extra just now. Breaking. Tchouaméni and Fede Valverde got into another fight today at training, and it was worse than yesterday. Valverde had to go to hospital.
Whoa.
The club is now holding an emergency meeting and opening a disciplinary file against both players.
So they're just turning up and it's like WrestleMania.
Scrapping each other.
Just scrapping.
And then there's a picture of Mbappe leaving training, and he's like pissing himself laughing.
Right. Real Madrid Royal Rumble.
Real
Madrid Royal Rumble, who wins it? Who's out first and who wins it?
Rudiger wins it.
Diaz is out first.
Arda Güler.
No, I reckon he's quite like... Yeah, I reckon he's quite like savvy.
Also, another thing that potentially might happen, Iraola to Palace apparently is very close, according to Spanish media. That would be generational.
Why would he leave?
Mate, there has been a lot of chat about it.
If you get Europa League...
It'll be Europa League dependent.
But he's linked with Chelsea.
Apparently he's not. This is mental. Apparently he's not convinced by Chelsea.
Is the source your dad or something? Like, who's the source here?
It's my dad.
It's just a Crystal Palace joke.
No, Chelsea's a madhouse.
Yeah, but it's a madhouse with money.
Job. Yeah, but we're not madhouse with no money.
But would you not just look at it and be like...
Don't get me wrong, I don't think it will happen still. Like I will believe that when the classic, until he's holding up the shirt, I'm not going to believe that.
He leaves... He guides Bournemouth to 6th, gets them Europa League football.
Could be Champions League football.
Yeah, but let's just go with Europa League football.
Yeah.
I think I mean, Fulham have to play them. If we lose to them, I think they're definitely in Europe. Why would he then go and join Palace and play in the same competition? That makes no sense. You're not going to pay him more.
We've got a better squad than Bournemouth.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to leave his squad.
We're a more stable team. We've got a bigger and better say. I don't think it's a massive step up.
I don't think it's a step up.
I don't think it's one that's worth making, and I think that he should. Like, if he went to Man United, I'd be like, that's valid. Like, I think he's a brilliant manager. I don't think it's impossible he goes to Palace from Bournemouth if we win the Conference League. If we don't win the Conference League, obviously we have got zero chance of getting him.
There's any chance he goes to Palace?
There's a lot of noise about it. There's a lot of noise about it.
Surely you get a top 4 team in Spain.
Well, so like Bilbao, everyone was like, oh, he's going to go to Bilbao. They've confirmed new manager already. He's not going to go to Real Madrid. He's not going to go to Barcelona. He's not going to go to Atletico Madrid.
He's not going to Italy.
He's not going to go to Italy.
Not going to Germany.
No. Again, Prem, Arsenal, no. Man City, no. Even if Pep goes, obviously going to get Maresca by the sounds of things. Liverpool, I could see that. I could see Liverpool. I think they're going to keep Slot for a bit.
I can't see Liverpool.
Man United,
I can't see him getting rid of Slot for Iriola.
Man United, I just don't think he's got the.
No, Carrick. Carrick's locked on.
Yeah. Chelsea. Why would you go to Chelsea?
Money.
No.
Liam Rosenior got 24 mil.
No, he didn't. He didn't know, did he? We all know that now. He didn't actually get that. God. Anyway, well, this pod's going to go up Friday morning. We're playing tonight. Yeah.
Nervous.
I'm actually not that nervous.
3-1 up.
We're 3-1 up, and you know what? This might age terribly. Big risk here. But Palace have, thus far, touch wood, under Glasner, turned up in every big game we've had. We have turned up. FA Cup run last year, we've not lost to Brighton since he took over either. We've played like really well in all the games we played against them. We're good in these situations. And we've got 2-goal push.
2-goal cushion.
Sure, I mean, Jacob, edit this out if we lose, obviously. But surely we go through. Surely.
The bigger question is fireworks after the game.
Mate, what's wrong with that?
Semi-final, do you reckon you have fireworks?
I actually don't think we will. It's Conference League, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I love
got the budget
League.
for that.
Yeah, we spent all the budget on Brennan Johnson, so no fireworks for us. By the way, PSG had fireworks after their game yesterday. Do you know that?
Did they?
Oh no, sorry, last season when they got to the final.
Yeah.
No one seemed to care about that.
I'm not hating. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just asking a question, mate.
Anyway, talking of asking a question.
Oh, this is seamless. This is a good one.
Okay.
TL Ace 98 asks favourite genre of player. I do quite like that.
Easy.
Can I guess yours?
Go for it.
Is yours like the bastard hard captain?
No.
Rise into tackles.
No.
Is it the tricky winger with no end product?
No, but I do like that. I do really like a tricky winger with no end product.
Where you love watching them play, and then at the end of the 38-game season, they got 2 assists, 1 goal.
That was just Palace for like 10 years, basically.
Just Kevin.
Mine is the technically limited box crashing number 10, ideally quite tall. I'm thinking, of course, friend of the show Thomas Souček when he played in that further forward role for West Ham. Scott McTominay at Napoli, loving that. Maybe technically limited is a bit harsh on him.
Right.
Marouane Fellaini at Everton, loved it.
Really?
Loved it.
They're so unaesthetic.
No, but it's great. My favourite one, even though like he's way too good to be put into this bracket, is Bellingham. Because he kind of has that in him. He is like a bit of a box crasher. I love just a box crashing midfielder. Yeah. Conor Gallagher when he was at Palace as well. Like just run just physical and like pops up with big moments.
Lampard?
It's just like, Argh!
You put Lampard in that bracket?
He was too nonchalant. And he was too nonchalant. Do you know what I mean?
So you need them to have like a calamity in them?
I need them to be a bit like
clumsy,
bit mental. I need them to be like just you know, that's my favourite genre easily, 100%.
No, I get that.
Can I guess yours? Yours is definitely a winger.
Go on, guess mine.
A winger, like a left-footed right winger who cuts in and scores bangers. Just basically Harry Wilson.
Yeah, literally is.
Is it?
Yeah, I was thinking of Iron Robin.
Yeah.
Like the one-trick pony that you can't stop the trick in any football. So even if it's like they have one skill but no one ever stops it. Yeah. Like when Ronaldo had the Ronaldo chop and everyone's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. How do you do it?
What is this? It's like he's just kind of going that way, but with his other foot.
What's your least favourite genre of player?
That's a great question. I don't like a soft centre-back. You know, like a modern centre-back who just goes down all the time. I want my centre-back to never... I loved when Haaland didn't go down.
Yeah,
Even though he's not a centre-back. I love a hard nut.
And,
I want someone who's like,
Yeah.
What else do I hate? I don't have a lot of hate in my heart, Ollie.
That's nice.
What's your least favourite?
I don't like small, diminutive midfielders who just like are really good at dribbling, but like kind of just don't really do anything else.
So Bernardo Silva?
Well, but that's kind of. Like there are some elements to Bernardo Silva that I really don't like. Where I'm just like, mate, you're so good. Like, why do you waste all this talent by just ultimately doing nothing? But, like,
that's mental. You know way too much about football to say he doesn't do anything.
No, I know.
That's insane.
No, this season that's not true. But like previously, not Bernardo Silva's a bad example. I actually really like Bernardo Silva. No, Foden is a bit too. I'm trying to think of like one who actually sprung to mind is like Yeremy Pino for Palace is a bit like that. Where I'm like, you look really, really nice and nippy and like, but you like, what are you actually contributing?
So what, you want more goal contributions from that player?
Yeah. What other midfielders are there where I'm like, you're kind of meant to be... I think for a bit, Mainu was a bit like that as well.
Right.
I'm like, what are you? Like, you're not getting enough output to be like a 10. You're not, and you're not creative enough. You're not like really defending that well. You're just like quite good on the ball and can move it around a bit.
Is that like a bit throwbacky? Is that like I'm seeing Ferguson's 4-4-2 midfielders in this bracket? They just do everything. You don't like someone that does everything.
It's like, yeah, are they doing everything or are they doing nothing? Kovacic is a great example of this. I hate Kovacic.
You hate
What
Kovacic?
does he do?
He got an unbelievable assist the other night.
Okay,
that was a joke of a pass.
Yeah, it was a great pass.
Haaland.
Great pass. But why did you spend the rest of the time just being an incredible dribbler who you can't get the ball off, but ultimately just doing nothing with it?
Scott Parker used to get a lot of hate for this.
It's just annoying.
He used to do circles. He used to spin around, and everyone's like, Scott Parker's doing circles again.
I just hate that genre of player. And I think it's actually the opposite of a box crasher, where it's like technically they're not even good, but they're just impacting the game so much.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the exact. I've never thought of it like that. It's basically the opposite of that.
What other types of archetype players are there? What's a stereotypical player that you just can't get on board?
I don't really like an inverted fullback.
Bit woke.
It's like, it's also, I actually think it's quite easy because you
go into
one of the hard things about being a fullback is like the stamina part of it, like the running up and down.
But you love Trent.
Yeah, but he's a special, like when people put a centre mid at right back
Szoboszlai,
and they're like, wow, they're amazing.
Valverde.
Lewis Miley did it for a bit in Newcastle. I'm like, yeah, like it's way easier to do that than it is to actually just play in midfield.
Yeah.
Trent is actually kind of an example of that. Like, I much prefer Trent when he was with Robertson and he was like holding width a lot more, like crossing it in. When he like started drifting into the field, I'm like, yeah, like of course you can do this because you haven't got a designated man marking you. The whole game's still in front of you. You're not receiving the ball in the half turn midfield. You're just getting it and I actually just don't think that's that.
Yeah,
difficult.
fair enough.
I'm not saying Trent's bad.
Let me ask you a question that I've seen go viral this week. Adam McCullough, did you see what he said on the overlap
About Bruno?
He said Bruno Fernandes is better than Kevin De Bruyne.
No, that's ridiculous. Just like watch football.
That is a bit crazy, isn't it? I love Adam, but that is crazy.
He surely doesn't actually believe that.
I think he might.
How?
I guess because it's kind of like what we said earlier in the pod of your logic of Mbappe, and you said about Kevin Durant. It's a little bit cyclical.
Yeah, I get that.
Like he's gone.
But De Bruyne was the key to a lot of those titles.
Yeah, but like Bruno Fernandes, I guess he's getting a good PR around this. Like he did that interview with Neville, didn't he? I don't know if you saw, and he was like, I would rather win like nothing here than go somewhere else, and it would mean nothing to win now. Like I want to build this club up to where they should be.
Yeah,
which you have to respect. I mean, you brought this up in the intro of the pod. Like that's your spit of you.
That's full circle. Actually, we've closed the loop.
Yeah,
just there. Yeah, that's mental. I think De Bruyne is the best Premier League player I've ever seen in the flesh.
No, what are you talking about?
I have seen in the flesh.
What are you talking about? Did you never see Ronaldo play football in the Prem?
I saw him once in the Prem in like 2005, so it doesn't really count. What? He's the best player I've ever watched live, and so we're talking like 2013 onwards.
Do you think
in the Prem? Who's better than him since then?
Rooney. Rooney's better than Kevin De Bruyne.
I think technically De Bruyne is better than Rooney.
No, I think if Rooney played in Kevin De Bruyne's position, he wouldn't be as effective as Kevin De Bruyne. But Kevin De Bruyne couldn't play in Rooney's position.
Yeah, they're very different.
Like,
they're so different.
Rooney could play like central attacking midfield for Man City in his prime and look unbelievable.
Yeah,
he'd look unbelievable.
I think De Bruyne is up there for Prem GOAT.
Okay, well Rooney is better than him. Ronaldo's better than him.
Henry is better than him.
Is Hazard better than him? No.
Hazard's amazing, but no.
Salah?
No. Salah has arguably has a bigger Premier League legacy than De Bruyne. Arguably. I know that De Bruyne has won more leagues, but I think Salah's like individual impact will probably last longer, memory-wise. Like,
because Liverpool are kind of poor.
Yeah, and he's
Salah's
like his numbers in seasons have just been mental.
Yeah.
But De Bruyne is undoubtedly a better footballer than Salah.
When you think of Kevin De Bruyne, do you think of one game? And is it the same game that I'm thinking of?
Should we say it at the same time?
3, 2, 1. Newcastle. Oh, bro, we lost it.
Stoke, when they won like 7-2 in 17-18, and he just hit I think he got like a standing ovation from the Stoke fans. Came off. Yeah, he played that pass to Sané. Do you remember it?
I think yeah.
Like, oh, wow.
Mine's Newcastle away when he came back from injury.
Yeah,
they were 1-0 down, and then he changed the game. Oscar Bob scored. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I do remember him at Selhurst Park, 23-24. We went 1-0 up, and then he like got the ball on his left foot, like Cruyff turned, chopped inside, and then just like whipped it in the top corner from about 30 yards. And everyone around me was just like,
what do we do
like,
with that?
fair enough. Like, there's just nothing you can do about that.
Give me your best on the spot Premier League midfield of all time. 3 midfielders.
Vieira, Gerrard, De Bruyne.
Roy Keane for me.
I prefer Vieira.
I'm going Roy Keane, Gerrard, De Bruyne.
Gerrard and De Bruyne have got to be there, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah, enjoyed that, mate. Good luck tonight.
Eagles!
Yeah.
Who Fulham got the weekend?
Bournemouth at home. We got Bournemouth, Wolves and Newcastle. Wolves away, Newcastle at home. If we win all 3 of them, I think we could sneak in. But
I'm rooting for Fulham.
Come on!
Up the bloody cottages.
Badgers.
Up the badgers. Up the bloody badgers.
Cottage badgers.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Please do drop us a follow, and if you've got this far and you're listening on Spotify, rate 5 stars because we're getting more of them and it helps.
Yeah, appreciated. Pod will be back normal day and time next week, Tuesday morning. Don't miss it. Bye.
Too many bank holidays. Bye. Go to work.